Hello everybody, my name's Ben Robbins from the Lost World of Movie Props. I'm here today with Ricci Harnet. How you doing, sir?
I'm alright, mate. Yeah, good. Yeah.
You had a good weekend?
It's been interesting, yeah. Yeah, it's been, it's sort of eye-opener, really. I've done one of these before. It was like in a shopping centre in Milton Keynes about 15 years ago. So, it's interesting. But, I mean, the amount of people that get dressed up in there is quite amazing, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
they've got some dedication, haven't they?
Yeah, their game. It's really quite something. I got friendly with the Dalek.
Nice.
I'm on like sort of first name terms.
Yeah.
And also it's been nice to meet up with Megan and Marvin and Luke. Megan I haven't seen since she was a little girl.
Yeah, I mean 15 years old, wasn't she, when you were in the film with her?
Yeah, amazing. And she's like now, her mum's got a little girl that looks just like she looks.
Yeah.
Have you seen the photos?
No, I haven't seen the photos, no.
There's a photo of her in the dress that she wears, that her mum wore, that Megan wore in the film, 28 Days Later. And she looks the spitting image of it. Like, it's amazing, So, it's been cool. And Marvin, I have worked with Marvin since, because he's now a stuntman. Yeah, so I worked with him on Rise of the Foot Soldier.
Awesome.
He was actually involved in the tube fight in the first film.
Yeah.
And what else have I done with him? A few things, Oh, he's like James Bond now, you know what I mean?
Of course, He's all over the shop now.
He's like, he's quite big, so. It's been cool, man.
So obviously it's been about 20 years since 28 Days Later. So what's it like, obviously sitting with the cast again? Is it just like old times, like a little bit
we're doing what actors do when you get actors together, just sit there and anecdote after anecdote. But it's lovely. It's really nice, And they're all still in the game, more or less, which is, half the battle, isn't it, really?
So what was it like getting the audition role for 28 Days Later, and what's your first thoughts of the script when you read it?
I remember meeting Danny, I remember reading it, and I just said to Danny when I met him, I said, fucking hell, they run at you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you would shit yourself,
of course, Christ.
So, and then also in the original script, they were going to have, it was going to shut off the Westway. Like that was going to be collapsed.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, I think it was either going to be collapsed or it was going to be shut off, so they couldn't get the cab further out of London. And I remember saying to Danny, I said, I don't know how the fuck you're going to do that.
Yeah.
I haven't got a clue how you're going to do that. And, I suppose in a way, the scene when they're in the tunnel, that's that bit, because they never did do the Westway.
Yeah.
Probably because it was mega expensive, I would have thought. I mean, he shut off half of London anyway. Asking Westminster Council to shut off the Westway is probably a bit of an ask, you know what I mean?
Next step up, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's next level, isn't it? I mean, you'd end up having fights. But it's amazing. I mean, I'm from London anyway, so I still go past St Thomas's,
wow,
and all that, and think about it. But I think, if I'm right, they shot some of that in Greenwich Hospital. I might be wrong, but I think they did, and that's not there anymore.
Oh, is it not there? Is it gone?
Don't think so. I think that's flats. I might be wrong about that, but I've got a feeling they might have done the interiors. I don't know. But definitely the exteriors were St Thomas's, you can't, Yeah,
everything now they're turning into flats everywhere you go.
Yeah, I know. But in a good way, because, for so long, London's been just full of office blocks that are not being used.
Yeah, of course.
So actually, if they turn it back to houses, flats, ideally social houses, it'd be even better.
Yeah.
Instead of all these bloody offices that are not, because everyone's working from home now anyway.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
Why not?
It's a waste of space now.
It's a waste of space, more council houses, please. Thank you.
So one of the first things about Rise of the Foot Soldier, I discovered it through friends through the soundtrack. So the soundtrack to that film was amazing. So how did you get the role, and did you discover about the film, or were approached by the producers and directors about it?
Well, I think they saw 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
So I think that was the thing. They saw something in Mitchell.
Yeah.
Corporal Mitchell, and probably thought, that would work in Foot Soldier. The soundtrack's brilliant. I mean, in Foot Soldier 1 and 2.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, whatever it is. I haven't seen them.
No.
Just because of my loyalty to Carlton, really, and he's sort of he's not happy with the way that it's turned out. But yeah, I mean, like, I wrote and directed the sequel.
Yeah.
And because I grew up in the 90s, like, all that music was so important to me.
Yeah.
Awesome
music.
Yeah. I mean, it cost us, thousands to get Baby D, Let Me Be Your Fantasy, and Josh Wink, Don't Laugh, loads of drum and bass tracks, Dr. S. Gatchet. I mean, I could go on, and even Rain by Ian Brown, I think, at the end.
Yeah.
Wicked. What a tune.
So, yeah. That is. Yeah.
Old school. Yeah. Wicked. Yeah. I tried. I gave it everything.
It brought back memories for me. Big time.
And Sweet Harmony. What a tune.
Yeah.
What a tune. Liquid. When I got that, it's like every day I would try and get these tracks, and they'd always go, no. And as a director, you just got to keep going, yes. And then when I actually sat down and watched it in the cinema, and I just thought, you know what? I've managed to get all those tunes in.
Yeah.
Because originally, I think they only wanted one tune. And then the rest would all be library, like, sound alikes.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I said, you can't do it. If you grew up in the 90s and you liked, going out, you can't have a Mickey Mouse version of it.
That was the best thing about the cinema, because it was like a nightclub again in the cinema, because the sound system. So when the tunes started dropping, they were booming through the speakers, and I could see people in the audience just sitting there, and you could see blokes going to their missus.
Yeah, it's wicked, yeah. Like, even now, like, kids like that are only 20 or whatever, they're listening now to the tunes of the 90s, It's all coming back again, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's 30 years ago, it's all coming back. All the raves are coming back.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a sign of, this useless Tory government, probably, that people are wanting to start doing raves and going underground again, like it was back in those days.
Yeah.
Political unrest and all the rest of it. So, yeah, man.
Because obviously the story you told in Rise of the Foot Soldier, it was all a real story, and I was clueless to that at all.
Yeah.
So what made that story become a film? Like, why was that chosen? And I mean, was it as close to the actual murders and the brutality of it?
Yeah, I think Julian Gibbard did a good job on the first one. He worked closely with Carlton. I mean, it was based on the book Muscle.
Yeah.
Which was all about, his life and that. And I think they stayed pretty true to that book.
Yeah.
And, it's sort of shot, and the voiceover and everything else. It's all, I mean, it's sort of, I think it tips its hat to Goodfellas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think it does, a little bit. I'm not saying it's as good as Goodfellas, obviously, but it's definitely in that style.
Yeah, it's a very British, like...
Yeah, and there's just that constant voiceover to let everyone know.
Yeah.
When I'd done the second film, and I was in charge, I sort of took out all the voiceover. I only had the voiceover in the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, you're on your own now, you can work it out for yourself,
Yeah.
I didn't want to just bombard people and say, well, this is what he's doing now, and this is what he's doing now, when you can actually see him doing it on the screen.
Yeah, of course.
So, but some people like that, some people hated it. It's like, so, but I think as the years go by, I think people will come to realise that Foot Soldier 2 is really well shot.
Yeah.
Like, like really well shot. Alfie Biddle, my cameraman on that, absolutely didn't cut any corners, you know, because a lot of the time you do these films, you know, they're like shot on wedding cameras, you know what I mean? They're just, they always try and save money and just, whereas we used like the red carbon dragon, we used like vintage Cook lenses that his old man used on Aliens.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, because Alfie's old man shot Aliens.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Yeah.
So we used the same vintage lenses that his old man used.
Nice. That's
Do you know what I mean?
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's mustard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, things like that. We really went for it, and we used the Movi as well, which was like at the time it was sort of groundbreaking, and nearly everyone uses it now.
Yeah.
But you know.
Yeah, I think it's really set the standard now for British gangster films, because not just the production side but the story side, it's really sort of made everyone now, we need to step our game up now.
I think so. Yeah. I think so. I mean, Rise of the Foot Soldier 1, it had the cameras were only, oh, here we go.
There we are.
We started it off.
There we are.
Yeah, Rise of the Foot Soldier 1, I think it was before, like, I think digital really exploded.
Yeah.
Like now, the cameras are just, I mean, you can shoot, you know. It's almost too brilliant now, because you get all the makeup artists going like, fuck, you know, you can see all the wig glue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, it's good for like nature and wildlife and sport.
Yeah.
But you can't have it too high def.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah. So I think that's why, if you were clever years ago, when all this kicked off, the digital, and you bought all the old vintage lenses, they'd be worth a fortune now.
Yeah, of course. People want that retro, old school film.
Yeah, just to soften it. Yeah. And I think if you were clever, like some of the lenses now are probably worth more than the camera. Amazing, isn't it?
I'd happily say that, definitely.
Yeah, and that's amazing how things have turned out. Yeah, it's interesting. And also, I'm really happy when I look back at the casting in Foot Soldier 2, is that, like, I think the whole cast is really good, you know? And I'm a snob, you know, like being an actor, I'm like, I will sit there and go, nah, he ain't all that, or this, that, the other. But when I actually look at all of the casting, especially Luke Mabley playing Sean Birch, who's dead now, bless him, not Luke, but obviously, but Sean. You know, I think it's a real fitting tribute to that man, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Because he was on set and he was helping Luke a lot, and he was an ill man then. You know, and it's not easy getting into the mind of someone who's like that, you know, like he's a hitman, you know, a real one, you know?
Yeah, especially, he's got that real story and that real genuine to him.
Yeah. I mean, you could do a film... You could probably do about 3 films about Sean. You know, some of the things he got up to. I used to see him on set whispering in Luke's ear roll.
Yeah.
And I was just getting ready for a take. You could see Luke just going, okay. You know, I mean, all that stuff about paper clips where they put him under the nails and set it like, that was a true story.
Really?
Yeah, he used to do that.
Oh.
That was...
It's a little bit brutal. It makes you feel the pain through the screen when you see that sort of thing. I
mean, that was the stuff that we could show. Some of the stuff. I mean, but you know, that's their life. That's what they do for a living, and you shouldn't glamorise it, but you know,
it's still nice to tell the story of it, though.
Yeah, and try and be honest about it. Yeah, exactly. And you know, look, you know, we do war films, don't we? And we see blood and guts and everything else.
Yeah.
And some of those wars are very questionable, aren't they? You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's an audience for it.
Yeah, there's always an audience for it, especially for a bit of violence.
Well, it shows you, doesn't it? There's like, they're on to like, I think they're getting ready to do 6.
Are they?
Yeah. So that's got to be one of the most successful British franchises of the last few decades, surely.
I remember the 5th one being all over social media. I mean, I remember seeing the film premiere in London for it.
Yeah.
It was just packed.
Yeah. I mean, you know, that's even now. And that's like, I mean, that film's getting on now. Yeah. We've done the first one in 2007. It's a long time ago, isn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing. You know, and the thing is that a lot of these films, like, they come out and, like, you know, the reviewers will give it like 1 star. And you go, what? But luckily, the fans will sit there and go, no, I'm not having that.
The fans are so loyal nowadays. They don't let these critics sort of stomp on people anymore.
The critics are snobs. They are so snobby about certain genres. You know, and I sometimes think if you're not out of Oxbridge or, you know, those unis and everything else, then they're a bit stuck up, I think, sometimes.
Of course they are, yeah.
I think they are, you know. So, but that's the battle. You've got to just get out there, try and make it, and hopefully, you know, the audience will stay loyal to you. Do you know what I mean? Regardless.
Yeah. I mean, it helps getting to come to places like this and meeting the fans and have them.
Yeah, I've met loads of good people today, and we didn't really publicise the fact that because it was more horror today, so it wasn't really like a Rise of the Foot Soldier thing. I'll probably get a load of ag off of the fans because they were like, oh, I would like to have come, but maybe next time, you know, maybe we'd do like you know, because I know that Craig Fairbrass and Roland Manukin and Frank Harper did this last year.
Yeah, they were here last year.
Yeah, and I bet they did well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was straight after all the lockdowns and COVID.
Yeah, people just wanted to come out and just dress up. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, it's been interesting. I'm just a bit amazed that these people just get right into it, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, there's people walking around here with birds, like, and then there's the same geezers come back with a different bird.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's got a collection. And then there's that thing that's walking around on stilts.
Oh, I saw that, yeah. That walked around the corner at me and terrified me.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's crazy. But good luck to him. I think, you know, why not?
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking to me. It was just a quick little talk today. It's really nice to meet you.
You're more than welcome.
And I'll let you go on with your beers as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I've got another couple there.
Yeah, crack on.
All right. All the